Let's get right to it. The tech world is buzzing, and for good reason. We're on the cusp of what could be Apple's most significant transformation in years. Buckle up, because this isn't just about incremental updates. We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how we interact with our devices. WWDC 2025 is almost here. The anticipation is palpable, the rumors are swirling, and the expectations are sky high. This year's Worldwide Developers Conference isn't just another event on the tech calendar, it's shaping up to be a pivotal moment for Apple and its ecosystem. And this year, Apple's not just tweaking the edges. Forget minor improvements and iterative updates. We're hearing whispers of a complete overhaul, a fundamental rethinking of the user experience. The buzz? What's fueling this frenzy of speculation and excitement? Apple is prepping its most dramatic software overhaul. We're talking about a ground-up redesign, a complete reimagining of the interfaces we've grown accustomed to. This isn't just a fresh coat of paint, it's a structural renovation. Since iOS 7, remember that seismic shift? This could be even bigger. iOS 7 was a bold departure from skeuomorphism, ushering in a flatter, more modern aesthetic. But the changes rumored for this year go far beyond mere visuals. This isn't about new emojis or wallpapers, those are just distractions. It's a total rethink of how we use our devices. From the lock screen to the core apps, everything is potentially on the table. Apple is reportedly exploring new paradigms for navigation, interaction, and information presentation. The star rumor. What's the headline-grabbing detail that everyone's talking about? A new design language called Liquid Glass, promising a sci-fi level of interface overhaul. Imagine interfaces that feel fluid, responsive, and almost alive. Think layers of depth, subtle animations, and a sense of immersion that blurs the line between the digital and physical worlds. Early leaks show a UI that's not just pretty, but fundamentally different. We're seeing hints of a more dynamic, context-aware interface that adapts to your needs and anticipates your actions. Think depth, translucency, and motion. Elements that subtly shift and respond to your touch, creating a more engaging and intuitive experience. iOS 26 is set to get smarter. Deeper integration with AI is expected, making Siri more proactive and the overall user experience more personalized. iPadOS might finally go pro. Rumors suggest a more desktop-like experience, with enhanced multitasking capabilities and features tailored for creative professionals. And even macOS is getting a gaming boost. Apple is reportedly investing heavily in gaming technologies, aiming to make the Mac a more viable platform for gamers. Apple's urgency is clear. They recognize the need to innovate and stay ahead of the curve. They're not just catching up to Google and Samsung, they're aiming to leap ahead, to redefine the mobile experience and set a new standard for the industry. The leaks point to a top-to-bottom redesign, across all major platforms. iPhone, iPad, Mac, the entire Apple ecosystem could be unified under this new design language. It's a huge gamble. A radical redesign always carries risk. This could be Apple's next masterpiece. Or a misstep we'll talk about for years. A design that alienates existing users or fails to resonate with new ones could have serious consequences. Over the next few weeks, we'll break down every credible leak and rumor. We'll sift through the noise and separate the signal from the static. From the liquid glass aesthetic to dropping support for older devices. There's a lot to unpack. The implications of this redesign are far-reaching, affecting everything from app development to user accessibility. We'll compare these changes to what Android's already doing, and what it means for Apple's loyal users. Will they embrace this new direction, or will it alienate them? Is this the reinvention Apple needs, or just hype? Only time will tell if this redesign lives up to the expectations. Let's dive in. WWDC 2025 could be historic. It has the potential to be a defining moment for Apple and the tech industry as a whole. Stay tuned as we separate fact from fiction. We'll be your guide through the maze of rumors and speculation. Let's get started. The journey to WWDC 2025 begins now. Liquid glass. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, doesn't it? But it might be closer to reality than you think. Imagine holding a device that feels like pure, seamless glass, with an interface that seems to float effortlessly on its surface. Apple's rumored new design language, whispers of a radical shift in how we interact with our devices, is hinting at exactly this. This new approach, centered around the concept of liquid glass and a translucent user interface, could change everything. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about fundamentally altering the way we perceive and use technology. Imagine a UI, a digital world that blends seamlessly with the physical one. Imagine it with layered translucency, where elements float and interact with each other in a way that feels both intuitive and visually stunning. Depth. a sense of space and dimension that adds a new layer of realism to the digital experience. And motion, subtle animations and transitions that bring the interface to life, making it feel responsive and engaging. Imagine an interface that reacts as you move your device, shifting and adapting to your perspective in real time. Notifications, widgets, and panels, reimagined as ethereal elements that gently overlay your content. They will look like frosted glass, subtly hinting at the information they contain without being intrusive, all with blurred content behind them, creating a sense of depth and focus that guides your attention. The lock screen may get a complete makeover, transforming from a static image into a dynamic gateway. A holographic effect, projecting information and notifications in a way that feels both futuristic and intuitive. And app icons, redesigned with depth and dimension, making them feel more tangible and engaging. A glossy 3D finish, catching the light and adding a touch of elegance to the overall design. The goal, the driving force behind this radical redesign, is simple: to make your device feel dynamic, alive, and responsive to your every touch and gesture. Not static, not a lifeless slab of glass and metal, but a dynamic extension of yourself. But early testers warn that this pursuit of aesthetics may come at a cost. About readability, the ability to easily and comfortably read text on the screen. Too much translucency could hurt usability, making it difficult to distinguish elements and navigate the interface, especially for those needing high contrast, users with visual impairments who rely on clear and distinct interfaces. Apple's reportedly experimenting with various solutions to address these concerns. With dynamic blurring, intelligently adjusting the level of blur based on the content behind it. And contrast tweaks, fine-tuning the colors and brightness to ensure optimal readability in all conditions. But it's a delicate balance, a constant trade-off between aesthetics and functionality. If they get it right, if Apple manages to strike the perfect balance, it's a design revolution, a paradigm shift in how we interact with technology. If not, if they prioritize aesthetics over usability, it's a usability nightmare, a frustrating and inaccessible experience for millions of users. Will Apple let users opt out, providing an option to disable the translucent effects and revert to a more traditional interface? Or is this the new normal for everyone, a mandatory design choice that we'll all have to adapt to, whether we like it or not? Only time will tell if this translucent revolution will be a triumph or a tragedy. Beyond the new look and the expected performance boosts, iOS 26 is rumored by many tech insiders to bring real upgrades, features that could genuinely change how we use our iPhones every day. First up, intelligent call screening, a feature designed to filter out spam and unwanted calls with incredible accuracy. This is paired with real-time transcription, turning your voicemails and even live calls into readable text, and smart replies, suggested responses generated by AI, making communication faster and more efficient. This is finally catching up, after years of anticipation, to Google's Pixel, which has offered similar features for quite some time. Gaming gets serious, with Apple making a big push to attract more developers and gamers to its platform. This includes a new game porting toolkit, designed to make it easier for developers to bring their existing PC and console games to iOS, and a system-level performance mode, optimizing the device's resources for the best possible gaming experience. All of this is in service of better graphics, more detailed environments, and higher frame rates, ensuring smoother and more immersive gameplay. The camera app, a staple of the iPhone experience, is reportedly getting a major redesign, with significant changes to its user interface. This involves hiding manual controls, tucking away advanced settings for a cleaner look, prioritizing simplicity and ease of use. This is great for casual users who just want to point and shoot, but could be a headache for pros who rely on those manual controls for precise adjustments. New navigation gestures, a fundamental part of how we interact with our phones, are currently in testing, with Apple experimenting with different ways to move around the operating system. These new gestures are aiming to match and seamlessly integrate with the layered liquid glass UI, creating a more fluid and intuitive user experience. But changing gestures is risky. It's a core element of the user experience because users hate relearning basics. Muscle memory is a powerful thing. If these changes aren't intuitive, if they don't feel natural and easy to learn, expect backlash. Users will not hesitate to voice their displeasure. Apple's challenge, the tightrope walk they must perform with every major iOS update, is to balance simplicity with power, offering advanced features without overwhelming the average user, and innovation with familiarity. They need to push the boundaries of what's possible while still feeling like an iPhone. Will these features wow users? Will they be seen as genuine improvements that enhance the iPhone experience, or frustrate them? Will they be seen as unnecessary changes that complicate things? We'll find out soon. The future of iOS is just around the corner. Is this the year the iPad finally replaces your laptop? iPadOS 26 could deliver with Stage Manager Pro, a true freeform windowing system, not just clunky multitasking. Expect real external display support, run different apps on your iPad and monitor at the same time. This could be a game changer for pros, but there's a catch. These features will likely be exclusive to M-series iPads, leaving older models behind. It's classic Apple push the envelope, but nudge users to upgrade. If Apple nails the execution, the iPad could finally be a true workhorse. But if it's buggy or limited, it's another year of almost. The stakes are high. This is Apple's best shot yet. Will the iPad finally graduate to laptop status? We're closer than ever. Mac gaming has been a joke until now. macOS Sequoia 2 is rumored to bring major AAA games like Elden Ring natively to Mac, thanks to Apple's Metal API and game porting toolkit. Apple's also courting studios for exclusive Apple Arcade Plus titles. For users, this means more games, faster, and a real shot at a gaming ecosystem. On the customization front, colored folder icons are finally returning, no more boring blue. It's a small touch, but a big win for longtime Mac fans. Apple's listening to both power users and nostalgia lovers. This update could make the Mac a true all-in-one machine for work and play. It's the most exciting macOS update in years. With big updates come tough goodbyes. iOS 26 will reportedly drop support for all A12 Bionic devices, including the iPhone XR and XS. Millions will be left behind, but Apple says the new features demand more power. It's also a nudge to upgrade classic Apple. But there's a new frontier. iOS and iPadOS 26 are rumored to add deep VR and mixed reality support. This could pave the way for affordable headsets that use your iPhone's power. Apple's building a spatial computing ecosystem, not just a single headset. As we say goodbye to old devices, we're glimpsing Apple's next big leap. The future is mixed reality, and it's coming fast. Apple's AI push continues with Apple Intelligence 2.0. Expect smarter, more proactive Siri, better organization in photos and files, and new writing aids in Mail and Pages. Don't expect a flashy chatbot. Apple's focus is practical, privacy-first features. Most AI will run on-device, but some tasks will use secure cloud servers. Rumors suggest possible partnerships for advanced AI, but privacy will stay front and center. The risk? If Apple's AI feels too cautious, it could be overshadowed by bolder competitors. Apple must show how its AI makes life better, without sacrificing trust. The world is watching. We're days away from a WWDC that could redefine Apple's future. From liquid glass to Mac gaming and iPad multitasking, Apple's taking big swings, but with every promise comes skepticism. Will these features deliver or disappoint? Millions may need to upgrade, and everyone will have to adapt to new ways of working. The keynote will be dense, fast, and full of surprises. Watch with a critical eye. Execution is everything. On June 9th, the speculation ends. Will Apple set a new standard, or just raise more questions? One thing's certain, you won't want to miss it.